Hello. So I have just been to Costco and I'm going to show you what we got. It's been 3 weeks since I went. I normally try to go every 3 to 4 weeks. So I don't always get everything when I go. I just get either what they have or what we need, and try to spread the bigger costs, so like the meat and stuff, over a couple of shops so that it's not being noticed so much. Today I was feeling snacky, so you'll be able to tell that in my shop. But a lot of this stuff will last much longer than the 4 weeks or 3 weeks until I go next time. And we still haven't finished some of it from last time, so here it is. Alright, so if you recall, last time I went they didn't have their usual mints, so I wasn't able to get it. I got the frozen one instead, but this time they had them. This is about 3.2 kilos and the other one is 3.374. So I've got 2 lots of the mints and I'll portion that out to 500 gram lots. I've got 2 loaves of bread because I need to make toasties again. I've still got cheese left, I've still got ham left, but I need to get the ham out of the freezer. So that will be tomorrow's job. I'll get the ham defrosting today and I'll be able to make the sandwiches tomorrow and then get it back in the freezer. I know it's not advisable to defrost and refreeze meat, but ham is not meat. I don't think it is anyway. I've got 2 boxes of jumpies. I still do have one left from last month, but I just get 2 every time I go, and if I eat them, I eat them. The prawn wonton tom yum soup, my husband's favourite soup. The muti passata, we use this in like our taco meat mainly, and I generally we use like 1 every 2 weeks, so that's enough for quite a few months. I've got some beef and Barolo ravioli. Barolo apparently is wine, but I have made some pasta sauce bolognese up a couple of weeks ago and my children actually don't like it, so it's in the freezer. So I'll just grab out, there's 2 like 4 serving containers in the freezer, so I'll grab one out and I'll have this a couple of days for lunch with that pasta sauce to use it up, otherwise it's wasted. Cinnamon rolls, I actually really love these. Heat it up for a couple of seconds in the microwave. I usually put 2 in a portion, so in a little Ziploc bag I'll put 2 and they go in the freezer and they last forever. The usual apple and oat crumble loaf, which I'll cut up and portion off. Nuggets, I wasn't going to get them this time, but they were on sale, so we've just opened a bag and this will be in reserve. The gluten-free pizza bases, 4 in a box. I've got 2 boxes of those because she generally eats 1 a week, maybe a bit more often depending if she's in a pizza mood. Some sausages, I break these into 4s in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and so that's 4 meals for our family. The muffins, brown sugar and cinnamon, we still have probably 4 muffins worth in the freezer, but top it up. And this time I got this cookie selection. Snickerdoodles I love, triple choc I love, oat and raisin I don't love, but I'm going to give them a go, and if I don't like them, these are $14.99, but they were actually on sale today for $9.99, so I don't actually care if I throw out a third of them, if that makes sense, because I will eat these 2 flavours. I'm not going to give these ones to the kids because the eldest can't have them, given that they're not gluten-free. I might try the little ones on it and see if they like them. Otherwise they'll just go in the bin, or maybe my husband will like them, who knows. I got an Instacrate today. That was $20. It just folds up. Oh, I can't do it with one hand, but I'll just stick it in the boot, as opposed to using my washing baskets. I just want to slowly like replace things that are old, so that is that. Then over here I've got these 116 pieces variety fun size stuff. I'm just going to keep that in my office as like little snacks when I want them, because I like little snacks. The 3-pack of wraps, I've got 2 of those. We go through wraps quite a lot, but they also expire, don't know if you can see that, it's not going to focus, June next year, so we've got ages to use them. We generally go through about 12 every 5 or 6 days, so we'll use them. I got 2 packs of Freddos this time because we usually get 1 pack of Freddos and 1 pack of Milky Bars, but they don't have Milky Bars at the moment, and they're like seasonal. They have them every couple of months. So that's just like snacky stuff for the kids. I'm going to try these barbecue pork buns as just like a snacky kind of lunch thing for myself. See if they're nice. My husband requested peanut M&Ms, and I got Maltesers because I didn't want to feel left out. They'll just go in the cupboard though, and I probably won't eat them for a long time. Now the string cheese has been out the last couple of times I've gone, and they had them today, so I got 4. They expire February. I'll definitely have eaten them by then. But the addiction is strong with these. I love them. And finally, the Reese's mini cups. I only like these at certain times of the month, and I know that sounds weird, but if you're a girl, you'll understand. I don't really like peanut butter, but I, for some reason, cannot get enough of these. And they're normally $30-something, 32 maybe, for this packet, which is 1.6 kilos. But they're $15 off. So I got another packet because I'm nearly done with the packet that I bought 3-4 months ago. So yeah, I don't eat them often, but I eat them enough and I crave them in weird times. Anyway, so I got those and I'll just chuck them in the cupboard and we'll get them out when I need them. But yeah, so that was our Costco today. I also got a 36 pack of Coke, and maybe that's still in the car. I think it's still in the car. Because I've started drinking Coke again, and it's cheaper at Costco to get the 36 pack. It's just under $1 a can, and usually when they're on special at Coles and Woolies, it's about $1 a can. So now I'll have that I'll chuck it in the pantry as well, and just bring out a couple of cans each day into the fridge, because if I put them all in the fridge, I will drink them all. So I'm trying to limit myself to 1 or 2 a day, but sometimes I have more. Anyway, that's Costco. I think that lot costs $560-ish. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. Just comes out of the grocery budget, and yeah, that's Costco today. So I've just sped up this video. It's just me portioning everything out. I was trying to figure out what order I was going to do everything in, and clearly decided to go meat first. It's handy to have everything like available to you close by when you are doing this sort of stuff, because it's fiddly work. Anyway, also washing my hands. Do this many times during the whole process, but I thought I'd keep one of them in to show you that I do wash my hands. I'm not a filthy girl. So yeah, just chop the sausages, like separate them, and then pop them in a Ziploc bag 4 at a time, like I said before, so that we can have a meal. Try not to touch it with my gammy hand. So next up was the ravioli. I just cleaned the knife because it had sausage juice on it. Coming to you from the future, I can tell you that the ravioli I did not enjoy. The texture of the inside was like liquidy, and I didn't like it. So I did put them in groups, like 6 ravioli in a bag, and I persisted. I ate 3 of the bags full, which used 1 lot of my pasta sauce, but the rest has gone in the bin because my husband also didn't like it and the kids don't eat it. So that was a fail. With things at Costco, like, because you have to buy such a big lot of them, some things fail and some things work, and like your favorites, you will eat and eat and eat and give things a go, and sometimes you end up throwing it out. We don't have animals to give it to, so I mean, you know, you just take the wastage, don't you? So there's a few flavors of ravioli that are available, and I've tried most of them now. I think I'm just going to stick with the spinach and 3 cheese because it's the most consistently nice for me. But yeah, so this was a bit of a waste, but it is what it is. So next up, I think, I'm just watching myself, yeah, the scrolls. So I just pop them 2 in a bag, and they go in the freezer. You could just get them out the night before, or like they don't take long to defrost, it's cake. And then to eat them, I put them in the microwave for just like 10 or 15 seconds to get the icing all oozy and the scroll all soft, and it's delicious and not too much So they are definitely not a fail. I don't get them every time because obviously there's quite a few in the box and I don't need to be eating 40 cinnamon scrolls every couple of weeks. But yeah, this will be a 2 or 3 month thing and I'll be over them by the end of summer and I'll buy them again in winter probably. So I just got also like a container to put the scrolls in, just in the freezer. It's easier to keep things like organized in the freezer, otherwise you have little bags everywhere going everywhere. So these containers are quite handy. They are Tupperware again, sorry, not available anymore, but they just slide into the the drawer or the shelf in the freezer, and that makes life easier to keep things organized and remember where things are. And then moving on to the muffins, as I did last time, I just cut them in half, put each half in a Ziploc bag, and then they go in the freezer again in some sort of container. Or I think with the muffins, because they take up so much room, they just get half of the drawer. The bread fits nicely, like 2 loaves side by side and then stacked 2 high in the drawer, and then the muffins just go on the side with the loaf slices as well, and that all just gets mixed up. In the freezer, they get eaten fairly quickly. I do take the ones out that are already frozen from last time, put the fresh ones in the bottom, and then put the old ones on top. Just, stock rotation. So we make sure that we're eating the older stuff first. But apart from that, it's not really that organised, the old muffins, because they're a funny shape and they don't stack well. Next we have the apple and oat loaf. So that's just cut again into smaller portions and then put in Ziploc bags in the freezer. I know you've seen me do this before and I'll do it again, but that's the process with the apple loaf. This time I actually did a little mark on the loaf before I cut it, because last time the portions were so uneven. I tried to make 10, I ended up only making 8. There were some skinny slices and some really fat slices and it didn't work out for me. But this time I've sorted my life out and marked the loaf before I cut it to make a better decision about what I was doing. Anyway. And then I got my handy dandy crate and I chucked everything in that to take down to the freezer, because it was a bit overwhelming, to be honest. Once I had all the muffins and all the loaf, and it was just a lot. So that crate got full, took it down to the freezer, and then obviously emptied it into the drawers, and then put the crate back in my boot, because that's where it lives and it's handy. I have used it heaps since also. I think this was filmed in real life about 2 weeks ago. So it was good to have that crate in the boot when I just go to the shops and I forget to take my reusable bags. So now I've got the crate and life is good. Moving on to the mints. Obviously I wash my hands in between touching things and not touching things, but I just got my little kitchen scales and we put 500 grams in each lot and then squash them flat, take the air out, store them flat, and then they're really easy to defrost because they don't take very long. If you chuck them in a bowl of water, they literally take an hour to defrost. You can obviously cook from frozen anyway because it's just mints. But yeah, quick, handy. The 6 kilos of mints is 12 meals for us. So we have tacos once a week. And we also have burgers once a week, which also uses 500 grams of mints. So we're using 1 kilo of mints a week anyway. So not very long before we've got to buy mints again. So when I got to the end, there was 150, 200 grams left over, which is not enough to do anything with, but too much to throw out. So I actually just cooked that up the next day, put it with some brown rice and some, I think I did hoisin, oyster and soy sauce or something, and a bit of aioli. I know it's a weird combination, but it was delicious and I had it for lunch. Moving on to the cookies. I don't know what happened to the first bit of me doing the cookies, but I put 1 each of the snickerdoodle and the triple choc in each bag, and then I just put 2 oat and raisin. Past us did not eat the oat and raisin. We just ate the triple choc and the snickerdoodles, and the oat and raisin went in the bin. The little kids tried them and my husband tried them and I tried them and none of us liked them, so we didn't end up eating them.